What do you do if you're an astronaut in a space shuttle and the thruster sticks and all of a sudden the space shuttle starts rotating on its axis and it starts gaining speed as it turns? And you know that you have a stuck thruster, but how do you shut it off? Well, in this episode, we're going to show you how to do that. And the way that you do that is with this switch up here, which is the aft reaction control system helium pressure switch. And when you click, it takes you to the aft reaction control system helium pressure A and B switches. Now, what these switches do is they permit the helium source pressure to flow to the propellant tank. The switch positions are open, GPC, and close. So this switch right here and this switch right here, the A and B, have open, GPC, and close. So open opens the valve, allowing the helium pressure to go to the fuel or oxidizer, whichever switch is open, and it all in close. That is where we say, or was a solution for our problem. Well, we had a thruster that was stuck. We close the switches here, and it stops the pressure to the fuel and the oxidizer, so the pressure is not able to push the oxidizer and the fuel to the thruster. And then we have a GPC here. Now, when the switch is positioned at GPC, the pair of valves can be closed automatically upon command from the orbiter computer. So GPC stands for General Purpose Computer, and that is where the computer is controlling it. And that's when you're using the your stick in front of you to maybe move the nose of the shuttle left or right. Well, when you move the stick, it tells the GPC to, all right, let's open the helium pressure for that thruster and push the oxidizer and fuel towards that thruster that we want to fire. So the open-close position permits manual control of those valves. So we have basically two ways to control it. One is manually, where we physically put that switch in open or close. And then there's automatically, where we put it in GPC, General Purpose Computer, and then the computer will decide when to open or close those valves. So that's what we have for this week. If you stay to the end, again, I have a special for you. But next we are going to go into the schematics, and that is for our Patreon subscribers, even the free ones. And if you stay a little bit longer, you're a Patreon subscriber, even a free one, free one, you go to the schematics. If you are paying, we're going to go a little bit deeper like we normally do, give you a little treat on the system. So if you are a paying subscriber, and it's all free, if you do just for the schematics and you click on schematics, it takes you to the schematic page. Now, here we had the helium pressure and the dual regulators. Now, this is where we're going to open up valves, as you see here. And if you see, this is for the aft reaction control system. So you have your valves, and it goes through the quad check valves, and then that goes to the fuel or oxidizer tank, and that is going to push the fuel and the oxidizer further into the system here for each one of those tanks. Now, one of the things, if you looked on, let's see, aft, here we are, aft left and right, as you can see, you have two ways to get that helium through that valve. And what you have, this helium tank here and this helium tank here, it says fuel and oxidizer, but if you look on the schematics, either one of those can go into the system to pressurize the oxidizer and the fuel. So you actually can get the helium from each side. So that is sort of like a safety backup that if you can't get it from this tank, your backup is this tank. And that will take you down through here, but this is later on. So we are discussing this switch right here, and hopefully you've got a full background on it. Now, if you would like to go deeper with us, that's for our paying subscriber, and what that and what that costs you is a cup of coffee a month. That's right, for $4. And if you join, we have now until July 20th, which is when we land, when the anniversary of landing on the moon happens. If you sign up now, you will be put on the list that I have of supporters for us that is going to be linked to a time capsule that's going to the moon. That's right. So if you sign up right now for $5 a month, which is a cup of coffee at Starbucks a month, and and that's being a Patreon paying subscriber, then we are going to go a little bit further down here till we get to this right here, which is the passenger GNC system summary 2 display. And what this display does, as we see right here, is it's giving us our quantity for left and right, and also pressure. And you can see right here we have the reaction control system, and we have the aft left and the aft right here. And you can see we have helium and helium pressure right here. So this right line right here is talking about the helium pressure that we have for the oxidizer and the fuel. So this is where we're going to be looking at. You see the pressure is 3200 here, 3144, 3216, 3160. This is what you're going to be monitoring right now to see how much pressure you have. And that is all in the GNC System Summary 2 display of your of the space shuttle. So this you would bring up on one of the 5 screens that are in the middle, and that will be able to explain to you how much pressure you have left. And when this pressure starts getting low, and if you look in the limitations, you'll see when it is low, that means, okay, we've got to get back into we've got to get out of orbit and land on the runway as soon as possible, because we do not have any propellant to work in outer space anymore. So that is all for this week. I hope you enjoyed this. I really appreciate or have fun explaining all this and learning about it along with you too, to describe it for you. And I want to also tell my appreciation for you for all the help you've done getting more and more free subscribers. We're still working on getting those paying subscribers, and remember, there's still the contest going on that if you join now, if you are a paying subscriber, you get your name, and also you get on a raffle for a free book that's text what is on the surface of the moon. That's right. We took the text from one of the books that we wrote, a physical book, and it is on the moon, and you will win a copy of that book. So once again, for all your help, for all your support, I thank you.